So hey, this is G, and I will try to explain how I produce the track. This is a remix for the Chainsmokers track called Paris. And since sadly I am not famous and don't have the resource to grab the original vocal, I download one that's being ripped from the original track. So it's not really clean, I would say.
We were staying in Paris to get away from your parents.
You can hear distortion in the background, but whatever. It's not an official remix. And I'll start with a drop since I like producing drop first, and I really like this dolphin loop. So I actually just combine two drums. The original tempo is different, so I stretch it a little bit. And why I don't program this drum, because I feel like firstly the two drum loop actually sorry, the two drum loop actually fits the melody here, and I produce this track during the weekdays, so I don't really have the time to tweak between other samples. So here, and I add another kick. Why I put in a pattern? Because it's just choices. Because I'm using a kick, which is a Nick Numero VST, and I combine them together. We have this. Oh, and this track sounds loud, so I just turn down a little bit. And that's basically the drum. And I will talk to the bass at first, because the bass actually follows the drum. You can hear very distorted bass here. I didn't really put a lot of effort into the kick and into the drum and the bass, because I think this track will be a very clean and very happy, like tropical house, but it's not really house. So more like future bass stuff. So I didn't really put any effort into this. And let's talk about the lead first. Yep. So the lead actually contains different layers, and I will play it first. So you can hear a vocal chop, which is this is not a vocal chop. Actually, this is vocalized lead. It's different. It's really confusing. But actually, it tweaks around the frequency, around the high, to make it sound like it's vocal. It's like a vocal, but it's actually not. This is his vocal chop, and that's basically it. And for another thing here, it's this is a filler sound. Sorry, I didn't really organize this well. Those are the chords, and it's adding up. Sorry if it's audio distorted. My CPU is overloaded. I'm recording this right now, so yep, that's basically the drop. And all those are, I chopped the vocal a lot, not to put into a melodic way, but just to give the different vibe as the original version. So the original version is pretty long, and actually I think the original structure is really confusing, so I restructured the whole song, cut the vocal here and there, so you can hear here.
Let's show them we are better. Let's show them we are better. Let's show them we are better. We were staying in Paris.
Oh, about the different sound, I added a lot of effects here. Actually, it's not effects, it's just some art. This is actually a sample, and I pitch it. This is the original pitch, and it now sounds like. And I trigger it 3 times, so you can hear do do do, and here's a snap. And here I have the chip sound. I don't really have sorry. So actually it's not a sample, it comes from a VST the FL Studio comes with, but I didn't buy that plugin, so I have to consolidate it before I can save the MIDI. And here it's not a sample. So yep, that's basically it for the job. And for another thing, it's the guitar. So here you can see a guitar loop here. Actually, it's a very simple chord plucking on guitar. I tried to record on my own guitar, but my interface is kind of crap, so it has a lot of noise in the background. So I gave up and find a loop and pitch a little bit. I pitch correct out tune a little bit so it will match what I want here, and along with guitar swipe and the jazz guitar, which has a very warm feeling. So combined together, and a little bit hi-hat. That's basically it. And I use a different sample of guitar in the second loop, and of course I pitch corrected so it will match the chord I'm using now. Oh, if you're hearing this, I like this because it's really dynamic and it gives a vibe.
To get away from your parents, you look so proud, standing Paris. To get away from.
And I add a lot of effects like the clock. And that's basically it. That's and a lot of tweaks and here and there, and that's basically it for this track. Thank you.